Whispers of the Café. In the heart of Paris, hidden away from the bustling streets, stood a little café called La Lumière. Its wooden door had seen decades of whispered secrets and silent promises. The smell of fresh coffee and warm pastries lingered in the air, wrapping every visitor in a soft embrace. Mala discovered the café on a cold autumn afternoon. She was a writer searching for inspiration, carrying nothing but a worn leather notebook and a heart full of untold stories. Her favorite spot was by the window, where raindrops traced patterns against the glass, and the world outside felt like a distant dream. She came every day, always ordering the same cappuccino with extra cinnamon. Hours would pass as she scribbled fragments of stories. Stories of love, longing, and missed chances. But the words often stopped before the endings. As if waiting for something, or someone, to complete them. One chilly November evening, the bell above the door chimed softly, announcing the arrival of Mahir. He was an artist, carrying a sketchbook tucked under his arm, and a heart quietly craving something he couldn't name. His dark curls were always a little messy, and his fingers stained with charcoal. He noticed Mala the moment he walked in, the way her brow furrowed in thought, how she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was lost in her writing, but he never approached her. Instead, he claimed the table across from hers, letting the soft space between them bloom with unsaid words. Day after day, they became familiar strangers, two souls orbiting each other in silence. Mahir filled page after page with sketches of Mala, capturing stolen moments without her ever knowing. He saw poetry in the way she bit the end of her pen, in the soft curve of her smile when she thought no one was watching. One rainy evening, fate decided to intervene. The barista accidentally swapped their cups. When Mala opened her notebook, she found a delicate sketch tucked inside, a drawing of herself, lost in thought by the window. Beneath it, in neat handwriting, were the words, "In a world full of stories, I wonder what yours is." Her heart fluttered. She glanced across the cafe, meeting Mahir's warm, hesitant gaze for the first time. He looked away quickly, but the corner of his lips curved into a shy smile. The next day, she left a folded note between the pages of his sketchbook while he wasn't looking. "Perhaps you'd like to find out." From that moment, the silence between them melted into whispers. They began talking, first about books, then about art, and finally about everything. Mala told him about the unfinished novel she carried everywhere. Mahir shared his dream of painting a mural along the Seine. Even on days when words felt unnecessary, they simply sat together, her writing, him sketching, as if they had always belonged to the same story. Winter came, wrapping Paris in snow and soft golden lights. One night, the café was nearly empty. the air thick with the scent of cinnamon and the gentle hum of jazz. Mahir placed a small wrapped gift on Malah's table, a leather-bound journal. Inside were sketches of her, every glance, every smile he had ever captured. At the very back, a single line was written in delicate script. "I'd love to be part of your story, if you'll have me." Malah's eyes filled with tears. Slowly, she looked up and whispered, "You've been part of it all along." That night, under the soft glow of la lumière, their fingers found each other across the table. The café walls soaked in their laughter, their dreams, their promises. Years passed, but they never stopped coming back to la lumière. It became their haven, where mornings began with coffee and unfinished stories. And evenings ended with whispered dreams and stolen kisses. Malah's novel became a bestseller, dedicated simply to the artist who taught me that love is found in the quietest moments. Mahir's art hung in galleries across Paris, though his favorite pieces always remained in the little journal they had filled together. If you ever wander into La Lumière, you might still find them at their corner table. Malah with her notebook, Mahir with his sketchbook, writing a story that had no ending. And if you search the highest shelf, you'll discover a worn leather journal left behind. Waiting for the next two souls to fill its pages with whispers of their own. The last page reads, "Happily ever after, one cup at a time."